Chris O'Brien, another season here. You're going into the 2010-11 season, and talk to me a little bit about your team.
Well, we've got a lot of returning players this year. We've got several that play football. So once we get everybody back, I really like our team. We've got a lot of experience, like I mentioned. We've got some depth this year. They kind of went through the gauntlet last year, ended up going 15 and 14, so we kind of put them through everything. They got a lot of playing time, which is nice. So the expectations are a little bit higher this year. What the kids have to realize is that it's not just going to happen. They've got to actually come out and play hard every night. They've got to put it on the floor, when it comes to practice. They've kind of gone through the motions at times. Part of that's my fault, but I really like this team. They really work hard.
Talk to me about, I know you're missing out with Kyle Lamb at the point guard position. Talk to me about your point guard position this year.
Well, it's going to be kind of by committee probably. Cameron Thomas comes from football. Sean Harrison's looked really, really good so far in the practices. Jordan Red can run the point a little bit for us. Of course, he plays pretty much everything, does everything for us. So it's going to be by committee. Who's playing well at the time. We'll have fouls to give. That's the nice thing. If they go hard, if they're reaching in, they're going for steals, whatever. We have people that can back each other up. So we'll do that by committee, honestly.
Talk to me about your feelings, Jordan Red. I know he played football, but I guess the bonus is he put on a lot of muscle, so that's going to be a benefit for you.
Yeah, he was already very athletic, and now that he's come in from football, he's even stronger than he was. The nice thing is that he's coming in with a lot of excitement as well. This being his senior year, he's going to come out a couple weeks before our first game, and depending on how they do it in football, he'll be fresh. He'll be excited. He'll bring a new atmosphere to the practices. So I know our whole climate's going to change when he's here. These kids that are working right now, they can't rely on him, and they've got to understand they've got to be working just as hard when he's here and when he's not. And we'll go from there. Jordan's one of those kids that he's going to end up in our top 5 of everything statistically. But when he does get here, he'll be excited. We'll be excited, and hopefully he'll be ready to work.
Talk to me about Michael Rexrod. I know he came up pretty big, especially playoff time last year for you with the long ball. Talk to me about him.
He's one of those kids that is so intelligent, so smart. He can do everything. He can handle the basketball. He's a pretty good passer. He busts his butt on defense. He does all the little intangibles as well. So it's one thing to sit there and say, oh, he's a great shooter. He does all these things for you offensively. The truth is, he's really worked on his defense, and he's becoming more of an all-around player. And his junior year, that's what we would hope for.
I know Cody Collins getting a lot of playing time here today in this scrimmage against Sarah tonight. But you also got some of the younger guys that are filling in some time as well.
Yeah, Cody in practices has been our best player, hands down. He goes harder than everybody. He takes over. He's a leader. He's been more vocal this year. The key for Cody is he goes so hard that sometimes he gets out of position and he makes silly fouls. If Cody can stay out of foul trouble, there's no reason for me ever to take him out of the game. He runs cross country, so he's in perfectly good shape. He can go all day. He just goes and goes and goes. And like I said, he does everything. He takes charges. He works hard. He blocks out. He does all the little stuff for you. He's one of those kids you wish you could have 5 of them, maybe just a little bit bigger. But he's a great kid, tremendous kid. Does everything for him.
Cameron Thomas, really, his God-given talent is probably football, but he's a football player playing basketball for you. Another one of those guys who's going to provide the size. Now, you might say he's a basketball player, though, Coach.
Of course he's a basketball player. He's a basketball player playing football. But, the key for Cameron, obviously he's so athletic, he's got to be able to handle the basketball. And he got in moments last year where he would turn it over 2, 3, 4 times in a row and get frustrated. This year with an extra year of maturity, hopefully that won't happen. He'll come in, he'll relax. If he does turn it over, he won't worry about it. He'll focus on the next play and be ready to go, and won't get in those spurts where he does 2, 3, 4 mistakes in a row. That's what we hope to see out of him. With an extra year, again, he's going to come in with a lot more strength. He's unbelievably quick as it is. If he can put it all together, he could have a really exciting year.
Got superstars all over the region still this year. Boyle County, they're going to be down because Bodner out with the ACL tear. But you got guys like Gavin Dunn and Clay Cinnamon over at Mercer County. You got a power-packed region here this year in the 12.
We really do, and again, our district. I don't know. A lot of people aren't talking about West, but I think they're the sleeper. To be honest with you. They've won the region the last 2 years. They graduated Jared Paulson and a bunch of other guys, but that team knows how to win. They know how to prepare. And, that's an invaluable thing to teach, and so they're not going to be down. I hope nobody overlooks them, because if you do, they're going to beat you. And in our district, Mercer's hands down got more talent. You go outside. You're looking at Lincoln, Danville, like you mentioned. Wayne County has everybody. They're going to be low. Southwestern is young and up and coming. The region's as even as it's been in a long time. No doubt about it.
What do you think about the preseason ranking, so to speak, in the 12th region? They got you guys picked number 5 right now in some of the magazines, but also 3 in others.
Yeah, honestly, with the experience we have, I understand. I think it's a little high right now. I don't think we're there. I don't think we're even close to there. I think we want to be there. Our goal obviously is to be there at the end of the year, but we've got a lot of work to do. It's not just going to happen. We've got to come in and prepare every day, and we've got to get better. And I think we could be there by the end of the year, but I think we're a long way from there right now.
Talk to me about any surprises so far in the preseason.
Tashawn Harrison has looked extremely well the last couple weeks, and when Cameron comes back, who's going to be the starter? Cameron, the athlete that he is, versus Tashawn, who has improved tremendously from last year. That's going to be interesting to see. Cody and Andrew have played really well together these last few weeks. Now that they've had more time together, how's that dynamic going to work with Jordan when he comes back? There's a lot of intangibles that we've got to work through, and the nice thing is, like I said, we have all this experience. If we can play together, if we can learn how to play better defense than what we showed tonight, this team has a lot of potential.
You'll win your season on the road against Casey County?
And anytime you go down there, I don't care who they have or who they don't have, it's a tough game. It's going to be a battle, and we have to come ready to play. Night in, night out. If we don't show up, given our lack of size, anybody can beat us. So we have to really prepare and go into every game as if we're playing our arch rival, no matter who it is.
Coach Chris O'Brien, I appreciate your time tonight.
No problem. I appreciate